Now, hello everybody. Hello Carla. Hello Ken, Kyle, Luis Angel,
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hi.
Costales,
Hello.
Rux.
Hello.
Thanks a lot for joining.
You're welcome.
This is a crazy idea that we are. It's called Ubuntu Hour, which is not something new. It's something we used to do for years and years, but it's now not so very popular. So to try to make it a little funnier again, we had this idea of connecting the different locations for around the world that celebrate Ubuntu hours. For this one, it was very quick, not a long time. So you will see a lot of people in their houses. Hopefully, if the idea works, then you will see them at different places, cafes or bars or whatever they can find. So more people can come. The idea is that people with questions about Ubuntu have a place that's constantly available for everybody, and they can bring their doubts, or if they want to start contributing, they will get a friendly hand. And if there are problems, we are all here to support each other. So it's a really nice mix here. I'm Leo. I'm from Costa Rica. So why don't the rest of you introduce yourselves and tell us where are you? I see on my far left is Carla. So let's start with you.
Hi, I'm Carla, and I'm from Italy. It's been a long time since I've been on Ubuntu on air, but I'm glad to be here with all you guys.
Thanks for coming, and
You're welcome.
you get to choose. You get to choose who goes next because I'm not sure who's on your right.
On my right, just have a look. I read Ubuntu. I think that's you. So Roxy is the next one, I think. Roxy.
Hello, I'm Roxy. I'm from Texas, and I work for Hurricane Labs, and they let me do a bunch of cool stuff. Like I went to a workshop to help to mentor people getting into open source, and I hope to be doing some other cool stuff as well to help get people involved.
Thank you. Who do you see next to you, Russ?
There's nobody to the right, so we'll just choose Ken.
Ken Van Dyne. I'm the Ubuntu desktop team. Currently been working on snapping all the desktop apps, particularly the GNOME apps. Which is a lot of fun. Working on getting our snap story up to par.
Cool. Who's next?
Leo, you're the only one next to me. Let's go with Kyle.
Sure. My name is Kyle Fasari. I work here at Canonical on the Snapcraft team. So most of my work, revolves around the Snap developer experience, and I also work on robotics enablement throughout Snaps and Ubuntu Core. How about Marcos?
Hi, I'm Marcos Costales. I'm from Spain. It's Nike now. And I am a Ubuntu user. I create a few applications for the desktop and the phone. And I really enjoy every community event. It's a pleasure to me to be here now. Thank you very much for the invitation. And in my right, there is nobody. I don't know who is the next.
I think we're missing Luis only.
All right, so I'm Luis, I'm from Costa Rica, and I'm actually here because I'm an Ubuntu user. I'm part of the hacker space here in Costa Rica, and I want to join just to be here and participate and for curiosity. So I'm very glad to be here, and I'm trying to learn a lot.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That makes two Costa Ricans. We are winning the world. Who would have expected that?
You sure? How many people are here from the States?
Oh, damn. But it doesn't count. You are very far.
Yeah, the U.S. is way too large for us all to be in the same area, unless it's planned.
All right. Never mind. I will try to get more Costa Ricans next time. And because I organized this thing, I actually had time to find a place here to meet. So let me show you where I am, because it's pretty cool. This is a makerspace that we have here. So there are a lot of funny toys to do dangerous things in here. There's a laser cutter. There are some 3D printers. I see an iron in there, and something to heat bread or something. And those are the master makers. So this space is open for anybody to come here and experiment. And the idea is probably to meet here every Friday or every other Friday in Costa Rica. So hopefully you will get to see a lot more of us. And now it seems we are actually winning because the other people who joined are from Costa Rica too. Leo, are you here? Leo.
Hi, Leo.
Hi, everyone.
Hey, Chris. You too.
Hello.
Chris, good to see you.
So we just did an introduction here. I'm not sure everybody is comfortable with English. Leo, Alan, can you hear us?
More or less, more or less.
Yes, I am.
Cool. So that's for Costa Ricans. What do you say about that, Kyle?
Yeah, Leo, I think you planned it that way.
You will have to prove that. So why don't we get introductions from the new people? Alan, you're on my far left. Why don't you introduce yourself first, please?
Well, hi everybody. My name is Alan Esquivel. I'm from Costa Rica. I work at a Drupal shop called Studio Manatee. But my work here, it's most like an UX research kind of stuff and administrative stuff. But I really like Ubuntu. I really like open software, and I would like to know more. I would like to learn more. So that's why I'm joining the call.
Thank you. Thanks for coming. And we have Chris Tribal. Hello.
Hi, everyone. So I'm Chris Glass. I'm from Geneva, Switzerland. Well, originally, and I work for Canonical in the Foundations team. So that's the team that generally takes care of most of the plumbing in the distribution. So that is, for example, the bootloader, compiler toolchains, things like this, and importantly as well, the Cloud Images build system. So I'm more on the Cloud Images build system myself. I guess something that people don't usually expect from me is that I really like to travel, and so my wife and I had the chance to live in Africa for a bit, in Tanzania precisely, and I've been using Ubuntu for a long time, since Breezy, I think. So I try to use that for, well, everything that's not a router is usually what I say. So yeah, that's me. It's I'm from my friend's house today because. Yeah, it's a late Friday night, so that's it.
Right, thank you. And yeah, the hour is crazy for a lot of you. Like Costales was really in a dark place. So thanks a lot for coming despite that. We will talk later on the call about how to make that easier for everybody, but we'll get there. Yeah, how are you?
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
My name is Leo Jimenez. Another Leo from Costa Rica. I work in University of Costa Rica. And nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Welcome.
So Leo is my twin without hair in his head, which is very, very useful. So when I can't make it, Leo will go there and talk about Ubuntu. And when Leo can make it, I will take care. And it seems like we do twice as much of the work. So thanks for coming here too, Leo. Right. This is a lot more people than what I expected, which is very cool. Thanks for coming. But it's also going to be hard to keep this organized. So feel free to disorganize it and just talk whenever you want. I made a few bullet points of things that were interesting to me on this first meeting. They are on the community website. But if you want to talk about something else, or if one of my points seems boring to you, we will skip it. But to start talking, I wanted to mention about the LoCo Council elections that will happen very soon, hopefully today or maybe on Monday. The thing is that the period of the LoCo Council has expired. They work for 2 years and then they get the chance to be re-elected, or new people can join the council. And what this does is just try to organize and help the local communities around the world. For those who don't know, LoCo means local communities, and they used to be very strong, just as this Ubuntu Hour was very popular a few years ago. But now the interest has faded, and we need to get that going again, because that's the way we reach every corner of the world. There was a LoCo team at an hour drive from most people around the world. So we want Ubuntu to be very accessible, very inclusive, to talk all the possible languages, and we can't do it from our desktop. We need to make a network of people to join. And a lot of people here on this call are actually candidates for that election. Let me see, we have Carla, Ken, Kyle, and Chris, right? The 4 of you are candidates.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yes.
Cool. So thanks a lot for stepping up. It was a little hard because on the first call for elections, we were making a transition on the website where we make the communications. So there was only one candidate, but now because people stepped up, we can actually make the election, and we are very sure that whoever wins will make a very good job on the following 2 years. And I think there are more candidates than seats this time. So also, if somebody can't make it on the council, I'm sure you will help anyway from your space. So I was wondering about your LoCos. Do you have LoCos? Are LoCo teams working on your area, or where?
After coming back from abroad, I came back to Switzerland to a very dead LoCo that I feel I left a few years prior, a little more vibrant. So right now I'm in the phase where I'm networking with old people that I used to know from back then, and also trying to attend more events, in maybe not Ubuntu specific events, but just general Linux and or technology events. So yeah, that's as far as I'm concerned. At least it's a bit the state of affairs. So we've yet to formally agree on a date to meet. And as you know, Switzerland has several different. We have 4 national languages actually. So that's always been a little bit tricky to organize as well, because some people will resent having to speak English to one another, but then some people will speak one language and not the other, and so the overlap is not always easy to. Yeah, I hope we'll we'll find a way. I mean, we run a country together, so hopefully we'll be able to run a LoCo, right?
You'd hope. Yeah, so we have a LoCo here in North Carolina that's really not very active and hasn't been in a very long time. The state's pretty large and everybody's spread out. So I've made an attempt over the last 8 years to organize 2 different events, and I've gotten not a single response, which is very disappointing. We've got to find a way to kind of grow these LoCos and get them moving again.
And you say North Carolina is large.
Yeah.
I'm in Washington. And we have sort of the same issue. There is a LoCo that is they will attend like Linux Fest Northwest or Siegel or CGL. I don't actually know how you pronounce that event name, but that's 5 hours from me. I'm down in the southeast corner of it, and then there's another one that seems to be doing some things down in Portland, but that's like 5 hours another direction. And so whenever I'm doing anything, I'm always sending emails to the Idaho, Washington, and Oregon LoCos just to try to get everyone who is within driving distance. And typically, any event I do around here is met with crickets. But at least I have a couple of universities that do seem to have some interest.
Mm-hmm. In Spain, sorry.
Go ahead, please.
Oh, don't worry. Let's go. Okay, in Spain there is Ubuntu Spain, and there is Ubuntu in Catalan, and there is, and I think it's important, the key users. There are a few users who are doing a lot of stuff, and they are very compromised. For example, Javier Teruero, Fernando Lanero, Paco Morinero, and we are trying to get the users from another online activities, for example, a podcast. I was in UbunCons of Paris, and it is incredible to see hundreds of people around the UbunCon. I think in a few countries the people like more the face-to-face, and in other countries they like the online events. It's complicated. I think in each country, the people, the users, like one thing or another, or maybe no one of them.
Well, I can jump in now. I haven't got my video. I'm sorry. My camera's not working. But in Italy, we have a local one local team, and we're all scattered around Italy, and we usually meet 2 times a year. We decide a place, a hotel, and we meet and we stay a day together, and we have chats and we have presentations. And there are a few people that are active that go around talking about Ubuntu, but it's the few same people. I think what we can do in Italy is try to keep in touch more, maybe with trying to have some video conferences, or maybe trying to. I would like to find a way to get in some young people. We are missing of young people that would be a nice thing to try and get young people in the Ubuntu community. So that maybe will be my goal.
Young people, like what age are we talking here? Do you have any local universities?
I think yes, universities more or less. Yes, even younger if they want. Hey, I don't want to complain as long as they can.
No, yeah, I just mean what you.
But I think university would be nice, or even if you start. For instance, my son's only 12 and he's good in Ubuntu. He installs his Ubuntu and he's quite active. So it depends on the person. As long as young people would come in, I think it would be a nice thing, because they thrive more. They're more active, I think. Then it's not. I don't like old people. I mean, I'm an oldie, but it's just an idea.
Yeah, well, so one of the ways I was able to start getting involved with the local university was I emailed their CS department and said, hey, how would you guys feel about having a release party? This was, a couple weeks ago now, or no, a
okay.
week ago. Yeah, when we released 1710, and they were super receptive to it.
Yeah, I
So-
think we're missing with the contact in the universities, but we'll try to make them. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Awesome. So Roxy, you're pretty new to the community, right? Have you been to a LoCo meeting before?
Yeah, I was gonna say I just looked it up, and there is a Texas LoCo that's based in the Dallas area, which is close to me. But it doesn't seem like it's been active since about 2010. So, I mean, I did make a note to look into that. It does. I don't know if there's one still going on or not.
Yeah, I just joined the mailing list and shoot an email.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Who wants to tell the Costa Rican experience? It will be cheating if I tell it because I'm always organizing the party. So, Leo, you're almost always there, almost always in the party since the beginning.
It's a party, right?
That's the only thing we do. It's. I don't see Leo. Are you there?
I hear. Yes, I love the software livers of the open source in Spanish. So I've been working with open source or free software about, I don't know, 10 years, more than 10 years. And Ubuntu for me is a very good system for people, not technician people. So I love to work with this system.
Yeah, and well, since 10 years ago, we started the LoCo. Actually, we didn't. Somebody did, and then he abandoned it, and there was nothing left to do than to take it. So we started making parties every 6 months, and that's what our LoCo does. That's it. We just every 6 months get together and make a party, make some presentations, and it's good. That works for us. We had the release party like last week. There was Alan. Leo, you didn't assist this time. I'm disappointed. And we did some karaoke. That was our way to enjoy Ubuntu.
That sounds really fun. I think that's probably a good format for, at least as far as I'm concerned, for a LoCo that's dead, but that's been sleeping for a while. Having a release party every 6 months sounds like a reasonable first start, and perhaps as well getting more involved in other like technical events. I'm thinking, for example, of Django Girls, who's doing a great job at having regular meetings and generally having an outreach program to universities and to people who are new to programming. Well, girls was the primary objective in the beginning, but now it's expanded to teaching, well, Django in particular, to who are new to programming. And I guess getting in touch with these circles and communities can also simply, in the meantime between release parties, is a good way to meet people and network and find people who might be interested to come party every 6 months with us as well.
Yeah, hopefully we get to make it more often. That's the idea of this space. This is the first Ubuntu Hour in Costa Rica. Costales, did you want to say something? Sorry, I think.
Yes, I would like to share my experience about one thing. It was the best thing I did with Ubuntu. It was a very little thing, but it was really, really interesting. here the people speaks in Asturian language, and in one bar there is a public computer for the people. Then Ubuntu is the first operating system in Asturian, and we started Ubuntu in that public PC, and the people taking a drink in the bar, they were using that PC. It's in Asturian. Then everyone liked Ubuntu. It was really, and we put CDs near to the PC, the CDs for the LoCos, and then we put for everyone. And it was, I think, the best experience for from my side, because you share Ubuntu to a lot of people. I think thousands of people in the year, and it was really one Easter. It was really interesting that.
Thanks everybody for your experiences, and it sounds like we are all almost on the same place. So that's the idea of these meetings. Like if we make a call for a meeting now, a real meeting, it will be a couple of us or maybe 3 people. So let's break the borders. We are working on the same thing, and we can actually make a distributed Ubuntu hour and figure things out. Maybe we can support on different ways to make the Ubuntu hours on each location a little better or more attractive. Or maybe we are okay just being from our house, joining the Ubuntu hour. So we will have to see where this leads us. And I think that was the next suggested topic. Like, I don't have a clear idea of what to do. Oh, Ken left. Bye, Ken. Thanks. He had to go to something else. I don't have a clear idea of what to do with this space, and the only thing I have clear is that we need to talk a little more, and that we need to figure it out together. And there are already a few limitations, like this call has a limit of 10 people, and some people were left out of the video chat. So we need to maybe split it, maybe do one in European time, maybe do one in the Americas time, and hopefully we will get an Asia version of this. But for now, it seems like we are a small group. So trying to find an hour that's not terrible for all of us could actually work. And we have a new member now that Ken left. How are you? Chiche. How your nickname? I can never pronounce it right, I'm sure. Can you hear us? Anis? Hello.
Hey guys.
Hello. How are you?
So someone. Sorry for. Hello guys.
It's the first time we actually talk in a real chat. He is also a member of the newly appointed community council, and he will be helping us a lot on the following 2 years. We were talking about our experiences on our LoCos, and I hear yours is a little stronger than the rest, right? Do you have frequent activities? All right. I don't know what's happening, but we can continue talking about the Ubuntu hour. Do you have ideas? Do you have proposals, things you are already hating from this first session?
Yes.
Well, I was
sorry.
if I
Go.
oh, sorry.
Go, Rose.
is this something that, so sorry, I wasn't completely clear before I joined the call, but it sounds like this is something you want to provide to the public, right? Like we go to and where people might be interested in learning more, or what is the main objective that you
So
would like us to?
that's for us to decide, and I think it depends on every location. In here, I think we need a place to meet frequently, because what happens is that people goes to Leo's office, or they go to my house, or we meet at a cafe when they have questions, and we get a huge queue of people with problems. It would be a lot better if we can get them together and talking between them. And they usually ask, when do you meet? So I think in Costa Rica we will find a place, either make it here every week, or jump through different places so it's close to where people are, and try to make some marketing and make it a little more visible so we get people coming. But I'm not sure in your case, and I'm not sure if that's what you want. I mean, as I said, if you want to stay and participate from your house, you are very welcome to do so. If you would like to meet with some other people in real life, that's awesome too.
If I may, I think the overall goal of this in general is to try to get people more involved, right? And to that end, even the simple fact of having a limit to 10 people here is going to get in the way, right? So we might want to consider some alternate technologies like Blue Jeans or something like that. But I think if we continue to keep the focus on getting people more involved, or making sure that we make time for questions about anything really, then it gives people an opportunity to come and ask something that they're not really comfortable asking somewhere else, right? Because open source is historically kind of difficult to get into sometimes, and we want to make Ubuntu as friendly as possible.
Hello, Simon. You just joined. Do you want to introduce yourself? It's fun that somebody leaves and somebody else takes the place. All right, I'm not sure if you're...
Okay. One point, please. I would like to have Ubuntu hours, maybe in the official channel in here, in another language, for example. I think they will motivate to the people, because the English is complicated for a lot of us, for example, for me. Then speaking Spanish or another language, I think could be really motivate to more people to stay here. It's just an idea.
That's a very good point, and those are the possible splits we can make to make this sustainable and actually productive. Split by a language or split by region. I see there's a lot of people here talking Spanish, so maybe next time we do one Spanish and one English. That could work.
Also, have you considered doing special editions for certain conferences or certain events where someone would go there and stream from there?
Sorry, my connection broke just when you start talking, so I missed everything. Can you repeat it, please?
Have you considered doing a special edition type thing where somebody would go to a conference and stream from there so that more people would have access to this at the same time?
Hey, that's a very good idea. I wasn't thinking about it, but we can do it. If somebody of you goes to a conference soon, we can experiment with that. So it's very good. And well, the original idea of Ubuntu Hour was that everybody does it whenever they feel like doing it. I was thinking that this first call was going to be with 3 people, not with 10 or I don't know, there are 15 viewers. So it seems we already have enough room, enough people interested to make it at a different time, at a different date, at a different location. So anybody going to a conference soon who wants to make the stream?
I'm going to one on November 4th, but that's a Saturday. So I don't know if that's besides DFW.
Mm-hmm. It was interesting. In the last UbuCon Europe, we were talking about the next UbuCon, and Alan, Martin, and a lot of people said in Germany there is a very strong community. In France there is a very big, strong community, but in the rest of countries there is not big community for doing so big event. But I think there is a lot of key users who can do that. It's not necessary to have a big community behind. For example, 3 compromised users could do something like UbuCon, for example, for conference.
We have so many things to experiment, and I don't expect that we will make a very good plan here today. This is just to talk and throw ideas. We have the election of the local council, so they will help us organizing the ideas and maybe organizing the people and maybe making some more feasible plans that will happen in 2 weeks. And in the meantime, we can actually jump to the next point on my list of topics. Talk on the community hub. The community hub is a new place for the community. So before, the Ubuntu community used to talk on the forum, some people on the mailing list, some other people on the IRC channels, some other people, and there was the wiki documenting a few things, and then the wiki got a lot of spam, and everything was in a little chaotic state a few months ago. But now we have this website to organize everything, or at least make it a place where all the links to other places are up to date. And it's called the Community Hub. That's community.ubuntu.com. So if you haven't joined, I would appreciate a lot if you do, because the only way that the site will keep alive is if we fit it with a lot of contents. So there's one category in there for the community council. Maybe we can make another category for LoCos or for local communities or for regions or for languages or whatever, and throw all our ideas in there. While we find the right place, just make a topic anywhere. We will move it later or maybe leave it in that place. All your ideas, everything that you suggested here, please take the time to go into the community, suggest them there. We will continue discussing so we don't lose them. Have you been using the hub? Anybody?
Yes.
About that?
Congrats for that website. It's really modern and I think useful.
I've had a quick look.
I just joined it yesterday, I think, or the day before. So it's similar to the other forums. So I got confused. The other
That's because it's the exact same software.
Yeah. So
I
I
think
was
everyone
like,
uses that these days.
why won't it let me log in? Oh.
What, the bright orange banner didn't clue you in?
I hadn't been on the other site for long.
You thought maybe it had changed.
No.
I have to go. Sorry. Bye
Bye.
bye.
Bye. Bye.
Thanks a lot. Hope to see you in the next.
Thank you very much.
Bye, Marco.
I think the new site definitely has promise. We just need to make sure we, give it life.
Yeah, and well, there are bugs, of course. The site has been open for 2 weeks, I think. So there are many things that we haven't experimented. I had a problem with the images, and well, I had no idea that it wouldn't let people post the first time. We are all learning. There's also a category for site feedback. So this is our site. This is the site of the community. Feel free to propose changes, and even better to work on those changes.
Can you hear me all right?
I do, finally. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Great. Do you want to introduce yourself, Simon?
Hey, so I'm Simon. I'm the Ubuntu release manager and just in general an Ubuntu developer. I've been around the community for a couple of years, but yeah, I thought this was an interesting thing, so I want to come say hi.
Cool. It's great you came. Adios, Leo. So I was thinking about these people coming and leaving. Maybe that's a way to scale, like just take turns. Nobody stays here for more than 30 minutes. See if somebody else wants to join. It could work.
No, that sounds good. Good idea.
Yeah, okay.
Is that your way of asking me to leave?
It will be.
Sure.
But yeah, in general, if I could add my 2 cents in the community hub, I really think it's a good spot for people to collaborate on Ubuntu, because so far I've seen a lot of usage of it where it hasn't been used before. Like for example, like the Google Code-in thing, we were accepted as an organization, and that really helped with coordination of that and a couple other different things which wouldn't have been done without the community hub. So I'm really happy it was implemented and put in place, because now we'll have a central location of sorts to be able to collaborate on that sort of thing. So I'm excited for it.
Cool. Let's try to keep it alive. It has survived 2 weeks, which is a good sign. Let's see for how long. I have some other topics, but I wouldn't like to just talk about what's interesting to you. So please, somebody else, is there something that you would like to talk about?
I want to talk about Hacktoberfest, though. I like your proposed layout there.
I couldn't hear you. Sorry.
I said I liked your proposed schedule. The next item was talking about Hacktoberfest. Who has participated? And there are a couple of days left if you have no idea what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I have who doesn't have a shirt and wants to make pull requests. We can help.
Does anyone not know what this is?
Why don't you just explain it?
Okay, so
anyway, probably people will be seeing this afterwards.
So there's a post on the community hub that we were just talking about, community.ubuntu.com, about this. But Hacktoberfest is a collaboration between DigitalOcean and GitHub to reward open source contributions. Basically, in the month of October, make 4 pull requests on GitHub and get a T-shirt. And so what projects participating in this do is they tag specific issues that they think are relatively bite-sized, right, or good newcomer issues with Hacktoberfest, or in our case, if with Snapcraft, we just use the bite-sized tag. But it doesn't. That's just to help you find an issue. All the GitHub counts is that you made a pull request in general. So check it out. It's pretty cool. I just did a check for myself, and I got 31 pull requests out of 4. So, how about you, Leo?
It's not fair, but I all the pull requests for our work on Snapcraft, they count. So it's like a free T-shirt just by doing the same you do. But it's also so much as a cheat, because Kyle and I were participating as mentors for anybody who would like to join our project and get their shirt. And we still have a few days, and these few days are enough for pull requests. So,
and there are still bite-sized issues up there, or issues tagged with Hacktoberfest, so go check it out.
Yeah, and actually everything works. Like, we have a lot of typos. I always tell this because our team is half, and we just can type a few of English words. Like, successfully is spelled in all the possible different ways that you can do it in the Snapcraft code base. So there are for sure 5 for misspellings of successful. So to get started, you don't have to know a lot. You just have to be eager to learn, and we can start eager to learn, and we can start learning slowly and start building the abilities together. It's very useful. Roxy was one of our contributors, and we learned a lot while working with her.
I also noticed on the Hacktoberfest website that you'll get stickers whether or not you do 4 pull requests.
Ah, I did not see that. Thank you for that information.
Cool. So Hacktoberfest is about to end, but this is what we do all year long. Like, this is what everybody in the Ubuntu community does. We need a lot of hands, and when we get new contributors, we are very, very happy to welcome them. So maybe, Chris, would you like to talk about your project, and if you welcome contributors and you treat them with respect?
No, I want to hear how many GitHub pull requests you made in October.
Me? Oh, not a lot. We still have a lot of our code base on Launchpad, so that doesn't count as far as I know. But sorry, there's an October next year. Yeah.
Don't get the shirt, but you get the knowledge.
Indeed.
And stickers, apparently.
I was gonna suggest in the same direction something that I realized was going on, and I realized because I tried myself, was some testing effort as well from the community council, I think, ISO testing. So I think I wasn't aware that was going on before I actually had to try installing it on my own system, because I wanted to kick the tires, and one of my colleagues said, "Oh, did you report it in the ISO testing tracker?" which is great. So qa.ubuntu.com, if I remember correctly, on top of my head, and that's I guess it goes a little bit in the same direction, a little more hands-on activities that LoCos can contribute to in the same direction as Oktoberfest. So of course, ISO testing is just one of them, but I guess a lot of contribution can be simply reporting issues that people find in a proper way. That's incredibly helpful. So that might be something we could consider, sending out Ubuntu stickers for Ubuntu Oktoberfests as well. Not pull requests, but proper bug opens. We have to find something. But
we can find sponsors, I guess. We can make our own shirts and do an Ubuntu January Fest. We need a better name and make it sound a lot better.
Yeah, preferably a bit further away from the party. So there's more time to actually fix the bugs then. But yeah.
Right, good idea. Please throw it to the community. And Simon, your project is also always welcoming new hands, right?
Absolutely.
Right, so lots of different things to do. There's packaging, bug fixing, documentation. We need a lot of designers. We need a lot of people who are not programmers, because they help a lot in a lot of surprising ways. And that's the next proposed topic. As Kyle said he liked my topics. I will just go ahead and use the meeting for myself. The next topic is the Code In. That's a project supported by Google, and it's for students between 13 and 17 years old. So we have just been approved as an organization for the Code In, which I think it's very cool. I feel kind of proud because it's 25 organizations, and I was looking at the stats, and they have like 50,000 students over the years with an insane amount of tasks. So this is just starting. We have been approved. We have a month to suggest a lot of possible tasks for young people, newcomers, not necessarily simple tasks because they know a lot. We can even send them some of our hard bugs and get some extra help that way. We have until November to fill time to get mentors, and then the 28th of November, students will start joining and we will start being contacted by them. So everybody here on this call is probably a good mentor. I invite you to jump into the hub, take a look at the topic, and suggest your tasks.
And if I could interject for a moment, I actually 2 years ago we participated in Google Code In as well. We didn't get the chance to last year, but I ended up being a mentor in the 2015 go round of it, and I think it's a really nice opportunity to, get people involved in open source. We had a lot of different tasks, and I just want to say that I'm looking forward to doing it again. But if anybody has any questions on how things go from a mentor point of view, if you haven't done it before, then feel free to let me know. But I still have the T-shirt they sent me from 2 years ago somewhere around here. But yeah, it's if you're looking to get a T-shirt, right?
Yeah,
looking to get a T-shirt and help out Ubuntu, but
free software dresses me. I'm wearing our Ubuntu Senior T-shirt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right now this webcam isn't really good, but I'm wearing a bright orange Ubuntu Circle of Friends shirt. So
yeah, see, we need to have a serious talk about open source pants.
I saw socks, like the new Thinker socks. I love them.
Yeah, GitLab has socks. That's right. I saw those.
Bright orange shirts, bright orange socks with a circle of friends would be actually pretty nice. I would totally wear that.
It's trending. It's what the cool kids are doing. We need to do too. And Simon, your experience is great, because at what age did you join the community?
I joined when I was 13, and Walter he just joined. He's also someone who participated as a mentor. So yeah, I joined when I was, I think, 13, but like I said before, it's really a great opportunity to help people out. So
yeah, new people, young people, they improve a lot. Hello, Walter. I'm sorry the Hangout was full when you tried. Can you introduce yourself?
Yeah,
just to say bye.
Hey, everybody. I'm Walter Lapchinsky. I've been around. Can you hear me? Okay, good.
Yeah.
So I've been around here in the Ubuntu community wearing various and sundry hats for a while. Mostly my contributions have been to Ubuntu. I've also helped out Kubuntu, and I've been on the local council, and I'm still on the membership board. I'm on the community council. Yeah, so I wear a couple hats.
Thanks a lot for all your work. And as he said, he's also part of the community council that will help us during the next 2 years. It's an hour already, so anybody wants to say some parting words?
I would like to say that Ubuntu kilts would be really cool.
Agreed.
Probably cheaper to make than pants too, and easier to size.
Yeah, you'd think so. I mean, there's like less fabric, so, and like
Yeah,
they're potentially like unisex, and so more inclusive.
Sizing kilts is actually more tricky than I expected.
Is it? Oh darn!
Wow, that's unexpected.
So
I'm sorry. I just wanted to ask, where are the where should people go if they want to submit pull requests? Issues in GitHub or on Launchpad, or where should they go?
That's a very hard question to answer, and part of what we need to do better, because the community is in a transition. We were in Launchpad only, like everything Ubuntu was in Launchpad, even the answers, like the questions, all the translations, everything was in Launchpad. Then we started moving the questions to Ask Ubuntu, that's Stack Overflow, because it just makes sense. Like there's more people there, it's more usable. Then the translations started moving by themselves to Transifex, and then the projects start moving to GitHub, and then the bugs start moving to GitHub too. And well, now we are in a lot of different places, which is a very good challenge for the following years, because if you see it from a sustainability point of view, it's a lot better than every project is distributed in a lot of different places, and it's better for them to choose that tool that works for them without limitations. For us, that we are trying to make something consistent and easy and good for newcomers, it's a mess, but it's a mess that we need to solve. And personally, I think the solution is mentors. Like if you want to file your first bug, you don't just go in there. You go in there together with somebody who will give you a hand through the process. But I don't know. It's one of the really big challenges that we have for these next 2 years. So, any idea? It's good.
One
I
thing.
mean, where are they tracked? Is it Launchpad or GitHub issues? Because I see both.
Are you talking about a specific project, Archie?
Well, what I mean is, if somebody wants to get involved in Hacktoberfest, then they need to do the 4 pull requests.
All that's counted for Hacktoberfest is a pull request. So the issues don't really matter. It depends on where the project you want to contribute to hosts their issues. So like for Snapcraft, we host our issues in Launchpad, and so we have a bite-sized bug there. But for other projects, they may host their issues in GitHub. It's just going to depend on the project. But for Hacktoberfest, it's all about the pull requests on GitHub.
Okay, so yeah, so Launchpad is still the best place to find. If you don't know what to do, look there for bite size.
For Snapcraft, yes. Yes.
I would recommend people to go to the hub, community.ubuntu.com. There should be a post in there for everything you need to do. If there is not, we need to fill it. And like there's a post for Hacktoberfest in there. There's a post for Code In. There are not many more, so we need to. This is a good experience. Like with you, when you came first and wanted to contribute, we didn't have a lot of the materials that we have now. That's some things that you helped us figure out and even document and try. And we need to get there in a lot of projects too.
Okay, so the best thing to do is go to the community community.ubuntu.com and look for the Hacktoberfest post. And then if you have a question about a certain project, where to go, they will answer there. Or it's already there.
That's the proposal. That's the idea. Like, it's not close to being perfect now, but we will try.
We're at least subscribed to that thread,
Somebody
so
else?
we'll answer.
And I think I interrupted. Was it you, Chris?
I think Simon was trying to say something.
No, I think basically what I wanted to say was sort of covered.
Okay, I didn't hear that. My connection is dying slowly, so this is a good moment to say bye, I guess. Thanks a lot, really. You have no idea how much I appreciate this. And we will keep talking on the community hub. The idea would be to do this every other week or so. So keep an eye in there for the planning of the following one. I also want to say thank you to Sylvia Ritter before we close up, because she's amazing. She's a designer who has been doing art for all the Ubuntu mascots, and it's this, you have to see it. So sylvia-ritter.com. She gave us her artbark art for the invitation of this Ubuntu Hour. So we already have arts for inviting people. We can print them, we can send them to social media. Maybe the next session will be a lot better planned. We'll see. But well, I had fun talking to you. Thanks a lot. Goodbye.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks a lot, everyone. Take care. See you soon.
Bye bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye bye.